Hello everyone, this is Dharamvi sir here. So today we are going to continue with chapter 7 of grade 12 maths, which is integrals. And today we are going to learn the process of evaluating definite integral by using substitution method. We have already learned integration by substitution, but this is something different. That was in case of indefinite integral, but in case of definite integral the process is little bit different. So today we are going to learn how to evaluate definite integrals by using substitution method. Clear? So let's start. So to evaluate the integral fx dx by substitution, what we do? Suppose we have an integration fx dx. So we will substitute x by some suppose function of t. Then after differentiation we will get some dx equals to in form of dt. So we are going to integrate the new function after the substitution with respect to the new variable. So if we have substituted x equals to t, then we are going to integrate with respect to t only. Clear? So we will integrate with respect to t and obtain the answer. Now after getting the answer, we are going to substitute t with the x that we have supposed. Clear? Then we will get the answer in terms of x. And since we have the limits in terms of x, so we will find the upper limit that we have learned fx equals to fb minus fa in the previous video. I explained you how to use fx equals to fb minus fa, that is the second fundamental theorem, to get the value of the given integral. Clear? So pause and note down these points. Or for quick calculation we can proceed after performing the step 1 and 2. I have explained you the steps in the previous slide, that after performing step 1 and 2 we should skip to step 3 and change the integral in the new variable only, that in terms of t only, and we'll change the limits of x in terms of limits of t. I know it may sound very confusing, but when we perform this in sums it will become very easy to understand. Clear? So let's start with our exercise. So the exercise 7.10, question 1 is evaluate the integral using substitution. So we have to use substitution because it is mentioned. The integral is 0 to 1 x upon x square plus 1 dx. So we are going to substitute x square plus 1 equals to t, because you can see that the differentiation of x square is already there. So we get 2x dx equals to dt. Now we are changing the limits. If x is equal to 0, then t will be equal to what? 0 plus 1, 1. And when x equals to 1, then t will become 2. So the integral 0 to 1 x upon x square dx becomes half integral 1 to 2. Now you see that the limits are changed. Like I told you, that if you change the limit of x, you will get new limit for t. So it is half integral 1 to 2 dt upon t. And integral of dt upon t is what? Log t. So we are putting the limit in this. We will get half log 2 minus log 1, which is half log 2, because log 1 is equal to what? 0. So the answer for the given integral will be half log 2. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. Next we have question number 2. Evaluate the integral using substitution, and the integral is 0 to pi by 2 sin phi cos power 5 phi d phi. So the integral can be written as integral 0 to pi by 2 under root sin phi, and cos power 5 can be written as cos power 4 into cos d phi. So putting sin phi, since the differentiation of sin phi is there, so sin phi equals to t, we get cos phi d phi equals to dt. And if phi is equal to 0, t is equal to 0. And if phi is equal to pi by 2, t is equal to what? 1. So therefore the integral I becomes integral 0 to 1 under root t 1 minus t square ka whole square dt. So this will give 0 to 1 t power half 1 plus t power 4 minus 2t square dt. After multiplying we get 0 to 1 t power half plus t power 9 by 2 minus 2t power 5 by 2 dt. So using the identity of x power n, we get t power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2, t power 11 by 2 upon 11 by 2 minus 2t 7 by 2 upon 7 by 2, integral 0 to 1. After putting the limits we will get 2 upon 3 plus 2 upon 11 minus 4 upon 7, which gives 64 upon 231 as our final answer. So pause and note down the solution. This question 3. Evaluate the integral using substitution, integral 0 to 1 sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square dx. So putting x equals to tan theta, we get dx equals to sec square theta d theta. So this is x equals to 0, theta becomes 0, and x equals to 1, theta becomes pi by 4. Therefore the integral becomes 0 to pi by 4 sin inverse 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta sec square theta d theta. which is equal to 0 to pi by 4 sine inverse sine 2 theta sec square theta d theta, because sine 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. Clear? So we are getting integral 0 to pi by 4 2 theta into sec square theta d theta, which is 2 into 0 to pi by 4 theta sec square theta. So we are going to apply integration by parts, since it is the product of theta and sec square theta. So remember isolate, so we have to take theta as the first and sec square as the second function. So we get I is equal to 2 theta sec square theta integral sec square theta d theta minus integral of differentiation of theta into integral of sec square theta d theta, and the limit is 0 to pi by 4. So we are getting 2 theta tan theta minus integral tan theta d theta 0 to pi by 4, and integral tan theta is minus log cos theta. So we are getting 2 integral pi by 4. After putting the limit, we will get 2 into pi by 4 tan pi by 4 plus log cos pi by 4 minus log cos 0. So we get 2 pi by 4 plus log 1 upon root 2 minus log 1 0. So we are getting 2 pi by 4 minus half log 2, half log 2. So this gives pi by 2 minus log 2 as our final answer. Clear? So we have applied integration by part in this sum also. So pause and note down the sum. Question number 4. Evaluate the integral using substitution. It is 0 to 2 x under root x plus 2. So let x plus 2 is equal to t square. Since root is there, so you have taken t square. So dx equals to 2t dt. So if x is equal to 0, then the limit t is equal to root 2, and if x is equal to 2, then the limit t is equal to 2. Therefore the integral 0 to 2 x under root x plus 2 dx becomes integral root 2 to 2 t square minus 2 root t square 2t dt, which is giving 2 integral root 2 to 2 t power 4 minus 2t square dt. So using the identity of x power n, we get 2 t power 5 upon 5 minus 2t cube upon 3. Limit will be root 2 to 2. So applying the fundamental theorem of calculus, we get 2 32 upon 5 minus 16 upon 3 minus 4 root 2 upon 5 plus 4 root 2 upon 3. So after simplification, we get 16 root 2 upon root 2 plus 1 upon 15 as our final answer. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. Next we have question number 5. Evaluate the integral using substitution. Integral is 0 to pi by 2 sin x upon 1 plus cos square x dx. So since the differentiation of cos x is visible, so putting the substitution cos x equals to t, we get minus sin x dx equals to dt. Now if x is equal to 0, so t is equal to 1, and if x is equal to pi by 2, so t becomes 0 because cos pi by 2 is 0. Therefore the integral 0 to pi by 2 sin x upon 1 plus cos square x dx becomes minus 1 to 0 dt upon 1 plus t square. So this is in the form of x square plus a square. We get minus tan inverse t from 1 to 0. So we get minus tan inverse 0 minus tan inverse 1. So minus pi by 4, which gives pi by 4 as our final answer. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. Next we have a very important sum, question number 6. Integrate using substitution 0 to 2 dx upon x plus 4 minus x square. So we are getting integral 0 to 2 dx upon x plus 4 minus x square. Taking minus common, we get dx upon minus x square minus x minus 4. So this becomes dx upon minus, converting into whole square. We get dx upon minus x minus 1 by 2 whole square minus 17 upon 4. So this is integral 0 to dx upon root 17 upon 2 whole square minus x minus half whole square. So if we put x minus half equals to t, we get dx equals to dt. So when x equals to 0, t is equal to minus half. We have to change the limits. And when x equals to 2, t is equal to 3 by 2. So we have the integral 0 to 2 dx upon root 17 upon 2 square minus x minus half whole square. And we have changed the limits. So it is integral minus half to 3 by 2 dt upon root 17 upon 2 whole square minus t square. It is a square minus x square form. So we get 1 upon 2 root 17 upon 2 log root 17 upon 2 plus t upon root 17 upon 2 minus t from the limit 1 by 2 to 3 by 2. So applying the fundamental theorem fb minus fa, we will get 1 upon root 17 log root 17 upon 2 plus 3 upon 2 root 17 upon 2 minus 3 upon 2 minus log root 17 upon 2 minus half upon log root 17 upon 2 plus half. So after simplification, we are getting 1 upon root 17 log 17 plus 3 plus 4 root 17 upon 17 plus 3 minus 4 root 17. So this on simplification will give 1 upon root 17 log 20 plus 4 root 17 upon 20 minus 4 root 17. So dividing by 4, we got 1 upon root 17 log 5 plus root 17 upon 5 minus root 17. Since they square root in the denominator, so we have to rationalize. So multiplying and dividing by 5 plus root 17, we are getting 1 upon root 17 log 25 plus 17 plus 10 root 17 upon 25 minus 17, that is 8. So this on simplification gives 1 upon root 17 log 21 plus 5 root 17 upon 4. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. We have question number 7. Evaluate the integral using substitution. So integral is minus 1 to 1 dx upon x square plus 2x plus 5. So this integral can be written as integral minus 1 to 1 dx upon x square plus 2x plus 1 plus 4. So we have converted this into whole square to get minus 1 to 1 dx upon x plus 1 whole square plus 2 square. We can simply put x plus 1 equals to t to get dx equals to dt. So if x equals to minus 1, t is equal to what? 0. And if x equals to 1, t is equal to 2. Therefore the integral minus 1 to 1 dx upon x plus 1 whole square plus 2 square becomes integral 0 to dt upon t square plus 2 square, which is x square plus a square. So we get half tan inverse t upon 2 integral 0 to 2. So after putting the limit, applying second fundamental theorem, we get 1 by 2 tan inverse 1 minus 1 by 2 tan inverse 0. So this on simplification gives half pi by 4, which is equal to pi by 8. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. Next is question number 8. Evaluate the integral using substitution, which is integral 1 to 1 integral 1 upon x minus 1 upon 2x square e power 2x dx. So integral 1 to 1 1 upon x minus 1 upon 2x square e power 2x dx. So if we put 2x equals to t, we get 2 dx equals to dt. If x equals to 1, so t is equal to 2, and x equals to 2, t is equal to 4. So making these substitution, we get the integral 1 to 2 1 upon x minus 1 upon 2x square e power 2x dx equals to 1 upon 2 integral 2 to 4 2 upon t minus 2 upon t square e power t dt. So taking 2 common, we get integral 2 to 4 1 upon t minus 1 upon t square e power t dt. So if ft is equal to 1 upon t, then f dash t is equal to minus 1 upon t square. So therefore the integral 2 to 4 1 upon t minus 1 upon t square e power t dt is equal to 2 to 4 e power t ft plus f dash t. And if you remember the theorem, if the integral is integral e power x fx plus f dash x, it is equal to what? E power x fx plus constant. Remember? But in definite we don't use the constant. So this becomes e power t ft and the limit is 2 to 4. So by applying the fundamental theorem of calculus, we will get e power t upon t from the limit 2 to 4. So e power 4 upon 4 minus e power 2 upon 2, which on simplification gives e square common, e square minus 2 upon 4. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. So I am done with the exercise 7.10, and you have to solve the remaining sums and also the examples before the exercise. Clear? So thank you and all the best.